Hi there, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Capricorn, if you don't already know your Moon and Rising signs, there's a link in the description box to a site where you can plug in your information, learn about your entire birth chart, and that way if this doesn't help you this week, you can check out your Rising and Moon sign readings for the week. And hopefully they'll resonate a little better for you. That being said, I do hope that this is appealing and resonates with you, Capricorn. This is for the week of May 16th to the 22nd. It is a general reading in that whatever is most prominent in your life this week, Capricorn, I encourage you to apply the messages and information in the cards and in this spread to what's most prominent this week for you. So for example, if you're traveling, you have health issues, romance, or business, whatever's most prominent this week, definitely apply it to that in a general sense. So I'll be doing a 5-card spread with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck and then pulling a card each from the Healing with the Angels Tarot and with the Medicine card deck. So I wish for Capricorn all success, joy, and wellness. I invoke spirits of love, light, and beauty. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. I ask Gaia to please bless this reading for Capricorn. All right, so in the center position so far, Capricorn, you have the card Poised. Poised basically means that you are capable and ready, not just willing. Willing's taken care of. This is you 100% ready to get out of the gate. Whatever you have in process, whatever is ongoing, whatever is already in motion, it's not only by your design, it's not only the way you wanted it might even be better than you wanted it, but you are ready. You had everything in its place in order to reach this position this week. So you did a lot of T crossing and I dotting, I think, to get to this place. You've been very meticulous because you're poised. You can literally handle anything. Anything can come your way this week. You might have even anticipated it. You could have put a stop to it already. But you're definitely poised for what is coming this week or what you are about to contemplate or address this week. Right. So the sun just went way down. I think you can still see the cards though. Now to the most recent past, we have the card Here and Now. Not surprised at all to see these two together. This means that you were 100% in the moment here in order to create this position where you have everything ready and available. And you're prepared. This is all about preparedness, being poised to do anything. This is a position where you can leap from with absolutely no repercussion. But I'm going to suggest it's because you literally did everything, probably more than you had to do, to prepare for this moment. So you spent a great deal of time and energy preparing, which is lovely. So I hope it works out the way you want it to, Capricorn. So like I said, we have poised in the central position, which is you, the most recent past, here and now. We have the probable outcome card being the clean it up card. We have external energy or conscious energy being the yang, which is energy, it's force, it's sun, it's masculine. And then with the internal influence or subconscious, we have the card imagine, which basically just means bringing something actually into existence. Okay, so let's look at these up close together. We have, like I said, poised in the central position. This is a really nondescript color in the background, you can see, and the way that I read that is to suggest that anything and everything is under your command this week. There's not a lot of influence on the outside that can hamper your progress this week. I think you're really on a kind of, all I can think of is train. Like you're on this, there's a smooth ride and it's miles to go, but you have created something here, a position for yourself where this screams success. So whatever you have just come out of in the planning stage, I think you're going to find that this is very successful and it is going to achieve what you had planned for it to achieve, because in your most recent past, we have the here and now. You were very careful about what you were doing here, very careful to be in the moment, what you wanted to say, how you wanted to present yourself. This little girl's flag literally says, I am here. Well, no, it says you are here. And it's true. In order to be completely prepared and poised, for example, you need to have not only crossed your T's, so to speak, but you need to examine what you might even be up against. Okay, what your detractors would have said, what your, God forbid, enemies, but what your opposition would have said or have done, etc. I think you really, it looks like you created even a mental or perhaps a physical pros and cons list, a do or don't list, this type of thing. You were really available to yourself to get this project underway by being in the moment. Pardon me. You can see here we have the signs past and future. This also means a really good mental health state. The reason I say that is because the past, thinking in the past or living in the past, if you will, always indicates a sense of depression, and then living in the future or always contemplating the future is a type of anxiety. She's literally in the center of that. She's in the moment. And you'll notice here we have a symbol of fertility. So she's in the creative, this is the creative genius. Okay, this is the sense of there's a window inside, right? This is fertility. It could have something to do with females or femininity. It doesn't have to, however, and it is done with a great sense of love. There's lots of hearts around her. So whether this, again, in a general sense, whatever this plan was, whatever this project is being done out of love. And it's not light. Like this is probably a big deal for you. You can see that this is over a large area of land and it's throughout the sky. So you know, I really feel here that you have created something for the betterment, or that you are coming out of the process of having created something for the betterment of someone else or other groups of people. So congratulations on that. That's a beautiful place to come from. And again, it has prepared you for everything, so that's wonderful. Take a look at the external influences or conscious decision making. Here we have the Yang card. It's the one. One is the sign of Leo. It's the sun, right? It's the action card. It's a very masculine card. And it's also about directive energy. This is a lot of action. Something's moving here. This is not about contemplation. I think the contemplative energy is over. And I think this is about action and awareness. And again, it's beautiful, especially next to the internal influence or the subconscious influence, which is the Imagine card. You can see here there's sort of an angelic figure with a little string attached to the moon. The moon in most all tradition and symbology around the world is related to woman, nighttime, mysticism, mystery, magic, etc. So you might have even created something from nothing and imagined something that was more positive and took action on it. So again, congratulations, that's marvelous. And it came from a place of spirit, from a place of wellness. The other way to read this as well is if you've come out of something difficult where you had to be in the moment, you couldn't escape it, that you're able to take action on it now, and it's about having been aware of what you really wanted. If you were forced to slow down, Capricorn, you know what? It's not always nice and it's not always welcome, but it could have been what was necessary at the time. So for the probable outcome card, we have the clean it up card. So this is basically just saying that some things are going to be tripped up a little bit. This is natural, no matter how much we prepare for things. But because poised precedes it, because this is the position you're currently in, I really feel like this isn't going to shake you up at all. It could be helping other people clean up their attitudes. And if this is a large-scale project about ideas, philosophies, notions, and concepts, this could be literally you helping to clear up the air or situations, information, or education for other people, okay? If this is about something in your own life that has to do with your personal health and it's not a large-scale project, this is really about tidying up loose ends around the home or creating new healthy habits for yourself. So generally cleaning up old habits, letting go of old patterns of unkind behavior or thought processes. I think this is even going to feel a little easy to you this week because of everything that's happening here, because you're so pleased at what you've created and what you've come out of. Like I said, you might even been forced in this position, and if that's true, that's regrettable. But regardless, you've come out the other side, you're stronger for it, and you've created, it's actually created a strength for you. So I hope that makes sense to you. But you are in a position to now clean it up, and you are being called on to do that. And I feel like you are in a positive position. You feel very poised, very natural in this position, and I don't think it's going to shake you up at all. I think it's going to be very comfortable for you. This is also beautiful as well. Imagine, and these two cards, the here and now and imagine, means that you would have had to sit in the moment. This, like I said, if you were forced to contemplate, for example, what you've done with it is created a loving prospect or project or perception or projection out of it. A lot of people, if they sit in this position, can get really worried and upset and, you know, feel isolated and abandoned and all the rest of it. That's certainly not happening to you this week. Capricorn, it feels like you were here, and instead of feeling down or cynical or what have you, you've taken this opportunity to create something so incredibly beautiful for something larger than yourself, something bigger than yourself. Even if it feels like it's for you or you're really doing it for yourself, or, you know, even if there's a sense of, well, yeah, I guess other people benefit, but it's really all about me. You know, I don't see that, but even if that's the case, like it's still good because it's done with so much love, and it's done and anything done with love is for the betterment of the greater good. Also, any time spent in imagination or in the imagination process is a really good practice. It's a really good set of principles to be able to let yourself imagine something else and then take action on it. This is literally the creative process. So this is really quite lovely. If this was a project put together and it is a media project, for example, this could be just you in the editing process, or it just needs very fine tuning. If it is a health or financial issue, same thing. It could just be on the road to being settled into something, and then you just need to fiddle around with some details. But again, there's no heavy dark magic here. There's no heavy energy. There's nothing really negative here. It's really quite lovely. So I appreciate you doing this work for the greater good by beginning with yourself. So one of the additional message cards we have here is manifestation. So again, I see that you've taken something out of the idea stage by being available in the present and being aware and literally putting it into action out of your dreams and imagination thought processes. This is could have started from literally nothing. So it's kind of a marvelous place to come from. I consider it a genius place to come from. Anyone who creates from nothing is kind of genius. So the manifestation, I think you're literally going to feel that you've created something very positive for yourself and for the greater good. You can see here that she has sort of a whole beginning of a universe or solar system or star system in her hands. And this may be even how you feel this week, Capricorn. I hope that's the case for you, where you feel like all the good energy and goodwill and positivity that you've been expressing and working hard on or getting to the root of is finally taking shape for you. And if that's the case, congratulations, because you really deserve that. And it is a lot of hard work. Even, I think imagination, the word gets tossed around like, oh yeah, it's just your imagination. Or yeah, kids have imagination. But certainly once you're an adult, I mean, imagination is kind of beaten out of kids, unfortunately. It's kind of like a no-go. Like you can't, if you do that, you're weird or whatever. And it's actually a really negative attempt to dismantle the creative genius in all children. So if this is occurring for you, I really congratulate you on getting in touch with your the childlike part of yourself in order to heal and create positive outcomes for yourself and others. It's just an enormous journey, and it's so necessary for adults in particular, right? To reconnect with that, and you certainly take action on it. Like there's force here. There's a definitive energy. This is the creative energy. This went from imagination to the literal manifestation in the material world. So again, marvelous. And this is the genius card, right? Genius creation. You're poised. You're not lacking anything. It might just need some fine-tuning or editing. So again, this is just lovely to see. So we're just looking for one additional card here, Capricorn. Let's see what else Spirit has to say about the reading. I know last week's reading, if I remember correctly for you, Capricorn, there was a little bit of a struggle for you. And if that's the case, I really feel like you pulled out of it this week. You've done the hard work to pull out of it, so congratulations. And for the last card for the reading this week, Capricorn, we have the bat. The bat's keyword is rebirth. So this is marvelous as well. I think this might feel, for the first time in a long time, that you do feel finally that you're benefiting humanity, or you're working for humanity on a larger scale, and that you feel prepped for this, that you're here for this, you're ready for it. In terms of the rebirth, it also means that you had to come out of what is considered a shaman's death, a very difficult period for yourself, and you had to get over something that was very, very difficult. You might have even had this last week, I don't recall, but so I'll repeat that. So rebirth includes what is known as the shaman's death. It just means the death of something that you thought was particularly important to you, that you needed, that you relied on, etc. And somehow you got away from it, or did without it, or it was taken from you, and you've learned because of that experience that you can do it anyway. You can maybe even stronger or better without that, whatever it was that is now released from you. It could even also, in another sense, be a phase of life. You might have left a former life behind, and now you're experiencing a new way of life. But this is something in particular, very specifically, that you've created for yourself. So this is really lovely to see that you're coming up the other side of something that might have been difficult for you. You've allowed yourself to express your genius from the sense of imagination, which is really all too often, I mean it, it's all too often, it's either taken for granted or completely quashed, certainly in adults, but even in children. If you find that you're around children this week, or that you have anything to say about children, or etc., you might even try to draw upon their imagination process, or to relate to a child or children how important it is to allow for the imagination process to exist. It's actually an extremely powerful place for all human beings to work from. So that is your reading for the week, Capricorn. I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you took something positive from it and that it was helpful and healing, at least somewhat. Do let me know what you think of the reading in the comments below. Like and share if you will, and subscribe if you haven't already. I look forward to seeing you for your next week's reading. In the meantime, Capricorn, please take good care. Bye for now.